Hello everyone, welcome to this week's weekly market review for Monday the 20th of Jan 2025 to Friday the 24th of Jan 2025. My name is Vishal. Let's get started. All right, so let us start with the monthly chart of the Nifty, and as you can see, this is the monthly chart. The closest level of demand is over here. So within this area, there could be some level of demand, but as you can see, the price has probably pierced a lot deeper inside. In fact, it has nearly pierced the entire level here. So there is a possibility that there might be very few pending orders unless and until we'll have to probably go to a smaller time frame and check to see whether there are any key levels over there. If you go on to the weekly chart, let's move on to the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, what we are seeing is that probably there is some smaller time frame level of demand, which is probably holding. This is more like an indecision candle. And what is more likely to happen now is that we are likely to push back towards this area, which is going to be your first weekly supply zone from 23,734 to 24,244. And this is where we will have to see whether the prices are going to stall or there is going to be another spurt or a big move to the downside. This supply zone is still holding. This is still a very, very strong supply zone. So at the moment right now, more of a consolidation to slightly bullish up to 23,734. Let's go to the daily chart and let's spot some key levels there. So if you look at the daily chart now, and because the prices are moving from key levels of demand on some smaller time frame, we can see some levels of supply which are nearby to current market price. First is this area of supply here, which is this drop-based drop level. So let's go ahead and mark this area here. So this is going to be a key level of supply, 23,617 to 23,822. And then we also have this level of supply where prices have, barely tested the level and have fallen down. So there are going to be these two supply zones before price starts to decide where it wants to move. And where can price go next? Price might come and stall into this area over here. So these are the key levels of demand and supply for the Nifty for this week. Let's move on to the next chart. We are going to go ahead and look at the Bank Nifty. So let's start Bank Nifty from the monthly chart first, and then we will go on to the daily and the weekly chart. All right. So on the Bank Nifty consolidation, nothing clear on the Bank Nifty monthly chart. So we'll go to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, like we had mentioned last week itself, that this is going to be a key level of supply on the weekly. Which is this area here, 50,000, in fact, 51,000 to 52,086. So this is going to be a key level of supply. If price comes here, it will be interesting to see whether the price starts moving down again. But right now, because of the Nifty, we are seeing a little bit of momentum to the upside. We don't know whether this momentum will sustain and move the prices more higher. So this is going to be a major barrier for the Bank Nifty. So once price comes here, then you will have to start being a little bit careful on the long side of the Bank Nifty. If you look at the daily chart now of the Bank Nifty, again, very similar to what we see with respect to the levels on the Nifty as well. We have this level of supply right here, this drop-based drop. Not a great area, but it still could be could be an important one because it was responsible to remove all this level of demand to the left. And again, it's very, very close to a round number, 49,900. 50,475 is going to be your distal line. If you look to the left, there is no level of demand, clear level of demand. Whatever level of demand were there, price has already violated. So it means that if prices come into this level, or let's say they move a little further up towards that weekly supply, which we have already plotted, that is this area, then we could see a bigger move to the downside on the Bank Nifty. And that would possibly remove the lows that were printed on the 13th of Jan 2025. So things are not looking that great in terms of even the bounce that is coming in. And even if there is any bounce that comes in on the Nifty and Bank Nifty, it's bound to, probably be sold into the levels of supply. All right, let's move on now to the Sensex chart. So Sensex chart. And let's start off with the monthly chart first. So if you look at the monthly chart, again, very similar chart to that of the Nifty. Your level of demand, which is here, prices have already pierced through this entire level of demand. If you go to the weekly chart, a very similar structure. Prices are bouncing from this level here, so might move or push towards this weekly level of supply here. If you go on to the daily chart, 77,891, 78,517 is a key level of supply. And then you also have this level of supply, which is a little further up at around 80,050 to 80,892. So these are your key levels of supply. In case if the market reacts to this level of supply, most likely prices are likely to move sideways, consolidate, or they might likely to move further down towards this level of 75,309 to 74,411 in the coming days. So this is the view on the Sensex. Now let's move on to the index heavyweights. Let's first start with Reliance. Let us see what is happening on Reliance. Let's move on to the Reliance NSE chart. Let's start off with the monthly chart first on Reliance. Just remove all the markings so we can do a fresh analysis. Now here we are with respect to the monthly chart of Reliance, and you can clearly see that we have come into this monthly level of demand. And the moment we have hit this monthly level of demand around 1200 odd levels, we are seeing a strong bounce. Now, this could potentially be a good sign for the Nifty because Reliance is a heavyweight stock. And if Reliance starts moving up strongly, it's most likely to move towards these areas over here, which is 1479. So we might also see a pretty strong move coming on the Nifty, which might also get Nifty and Bank Nifty towards those weekly supply levels. So whenever the heavyweights are closer to a higher time frame demand, say a monthly demand or a weekly demand, then ideally short trades are more, are less likely to work, and long trades are more likely to work in such scenarios, taking into consideration the heavyweights are also coming in from higher time frame levels of demand. If you look at the weekly chart, today we have had a slight down start towards the week for the Reliance stock, also because now Reliance is coming closer towards this area of supply. So this is going to be a very, very key level of supply for Reliance, 1358 to 1410, and it will be interesting to see whether that monthly level of demand takes Reliance towards 1358, 1410, and then violates this level to take Reliance further up towards the upper levels of 1500 or maybe even 1600 levels. But this is going to be a key area of supply, and this is what I'm a little bit more concerned about, because this could also be the level which could simultaneously hit when the Nifty and the Bank Nifty are going to be more or less coming into your weekly supply zones. So just keep a close watch on this level, very, very key level on Reliance. And yes, the demand zone is right here now on Reliance, which is far away from the current market price. But yeah, so Reliance could have a little bit of a tough time if it fails to break 1410. And if it starts falling down, then we might see the overall markets also falling down. Let's move on to HDFC Bank. All right, so HDFC Bank, let's start with the monthly chart first. So yes, this is the monthly chart of HDFC Bank, and HDFC Bank printed highs and nearly went towards 1880 levels, close to 1900. But thereafter, there has been some selling pressure also because of Bank Nifty not giving too much of help. But overall, HDFC Bank has cracked significantly from nearly 1880 odd levels to 1650 odd levels right now. Now we are coming into this area over here, which is this weekly level of demand, rally-based rally. Although it's a tested level, this is an area from where prices have given a very, very strong bounce to the upside. So my assumption is that if prices do come back over here again, we might expect to see a bounce close to around 1600 levels to 1556 levels on HDFC Bank. And if you go on to the daily chart, yeah, precisely this is what I have done in terms of the charting. So I've already marked this level for you all, 1582 to 1547 on the daily as demand. And we have two key supply zones. The first supply zone is from, let me just mark this wick to wick, since this is a, yeah. So 1700 to 1721 is your first level of supply on HDFC Bank. And then in case if Bank Nifty pushes up even further towards that weekly supply zone, then we might see some pressure coming on HDFC Bank at this area, 1766 to 1812. All right. So these are going to be the key levels of demand and supply for HDFC Bank. All right, everyone. So this is a short and sweet analysis for this week. I hope you enjoyed the analysis. And if you do like our channel, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and do give your valuable comments. We definitely will look at your comments and we will definitely look into your questions and try to answer it to the best of our ability. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a safe trading week. Looking forward to see you all next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.